Uh, Congratulations on the win Saturday. That had to be very satisfying, both as a team, but as a defensive unit as well.
It was good to get a win against Air Force. They're they're a good quality football team, and they were scoring a lot of points. I guess the last two outings for them, not as much, but yeah, it was a good win for us, and one that we needed. After the Wake Forest deal, we needed to be able to come back out there and have success, and we did.
How much of that was getting your principles right?
I don't know. I think from an assignment standpoint, that was it's being able to match up your strengths against their weaknesses and minimize your weaknesses against their strengths. And I felt like we did a good job of that. We did a great job of understanding our assignment. Did we execute our assignment every time? No, but we understood what it was, and understanding in today's game what your assignment is versus all the smoke and mirrors, that offenses give you with emotions, the formations, and the different things that they do to try to hide, where their eligibles are. I was very pleased with how our guys responded to that game. There were some times in the ball game where covering up which guys are eligible was difficult for us to see, and some of that's because of how far off a receiver may be off the line of scrimmage. It's real close; you can't really tell on the unbalance. But again, I thought the guys handled it well, and kept them out of the end zone. It was they crossed that goal line one time, and that's I thought that was a heck of a deal for our kids.
And one more thing, how satisfying is it to beat an option team? So, you're going mano a mano, option versus option. How satisfying is it to match up well?
You know what? It is satisfying, whether they're an option team or whether they're an empty, gun, whatever. Being able to line up and beat those guys is that's one of the reasons that that's our goal. Win at the CSC, and but the fact that they run the option, we run the option. They run some different plays than what we do. They run some different formations, and so it's a little bit different. But our guys responding to the challenge. Man, there's a little bit more pep in your step, in practice and motivationally. It's something that picks us up and carries us on to the next game, the next outing. And as long as we're getting better and better and winning, that makes the end of the season, the something that you're striving to be your best at. And if you feel yourself getting to better each week, just practice and drills and everything that we do just becomes a little bit better because of that.
Thanks, Nate.
Sure.
Hey, Coach, John Kikas with AP. Can you talk about Andre Carter and how he's progressed?
Andre's come a long way. I tell you what, in high school, played receiver and a long guy that could run, had some bit flexibility, and then played a little bit of defense, but he's just still learning the position, and he's still filling out as far as his body's concerned. Still learning the game as far as how to be a good pass rusher, and yeah, man, I just love his attitude. I love every day that he comes to practice, the effort that he gives, and even when he's banged up a little bit and injured, you still get his want to, and he comes to the office all the time, just wanting more and more information about how to become a better pass rusher and a better defensive player. And that's great when some of your most productive players are coming back for more and more and more, and are hungry about it. That sort of permeates through the rest of the defense. And Andre is a high IQ guy. He understands an awful lot, but because of his inexperience on defense, he's still learning every day, and he's eating it up and doing great stuff for us.
So he was recruited as a receiver.
An athlete that we felt like he could play defense, and he did play some defense in prep school, but he's still catching on, because that wasn't what he always played 100% of the time.
Talk about his performance against Wisconsin. I mean, that was a pretty impressive game.
Yeah, I thought he had a great get off on his pass rush. I thought he did a great job of getting pressure when we needed it, and causing fumbles. He's a guy. He's very disruptive. You can go back to last year as well. Where interceptions, getting his hands on balls, getting tackles for a loss. He only got maybe one sack last year, but he was still a disruptive football player for us. And heck, this last ball game, he early in the ball game, he bats the ball away from the quarterback on a pitch, and if it didn't bounce off someone else and go straight to Air Force, then heck, we got a fumble and great field position early in the ball game. And then he comes back and he does it again. He causes a bad pitch in that game against Air Force, where their slot back did an outstanding job of catching it with one hand back behind his back, and pinning the ball on his helmet, just to catch the ball. Or else we got another fumble in great field position, and maybe we pick it up and score with it. So, and then he comes back and gets the tip ball, on the throwback, down there in the red zone, and tips it to Cam, who intercepted and runs it all the way back into their territory. So, the Wisconsin game, outstanding. Air Force game, outstanding. You can go on and on and on about what a great ball player, Andre Carter has been for us and our defense.
Is the sky the limit for him?
Absolutely, no doubt. He's just going to keep getting better and better every game and every year.
Is it a sense of pride that you have a guy that's ranked second in the country in sacks?
You know what? I'd probably be prideful of him, even if he wasn't ranked at all with his sacks. Because if you could just come out and look and practice at his work ethic, it's amazing. And the mental preparation that he puts in for practice and for games and being the best he can be. So, am I proud of him for being ranked so high, in sacks? Absolutely. If he wasn't ranked that high, for sacks, I'd still be proud of him, because he's doing a great job of doing a lot of things for our defense.
One more question. He's never been. Opponents have not been whistled for a hold on him. How much has he held?
I don't know that I don't know if referees really call holding anymore. We haven't had to my recollection, I don't think we've had a single call for holding the whole year. So do people get held? Yes. Is it an infraction anymore? I don't know. I don't understand the rule as much now as maybe I used to in the past. So I'll just keep coaching them up, and I'll let these guys do their job.
How much has he been double teamed?
I don't. I think we tried to keep him from getting double teamed. The majority. I think the guys that get double teamed more are in the middle. Nolan Cockrell is a guy that gets more of the double teams. There are times where they do send the back to help out, the tackle to Andre's side, but when they do that, Andre is still fairly productive and getting pressure.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Hey, Coach. Ken Kreitzer, SAL Radio. Good to see you. Just ask you about the game Markel Broughton played down in Texas against Air Force, led the team with 10 tackles. And we talked to him before the game he said he needed to keep composure. Do you feel like he did that and the team did that on defense Saturday?
You know what? He talks about his composure and decision making. He is an outstanding football player for us. He makes a lot of tackles, makes a lot of plays. Sometimes his enthusiasm, spreads amongst our defense. But there's some times where he's got to just stay focused on some of the things that we got, the task at hand, and just take care of his assignment with his eyes a little bit better. And we all have something that we got to get a little bit better at, me included. And for him, sometimes it's just keeping a little bit more eyesight on the assignment at hand. And has he done a good job of that? Absolutely. Are there some times where we got to work on it a little bit? Yes. But he did a great job for us in getting us into the checks that we needed to be in, and where I thought it was very difficult to do so in this last ball game. I thought Air Force did a tremendous job of sort of mixing up the formations a little bit and getting in and out of some unbalanced stuff. And Marquell just did a tremendous job of getting everybody on the same page.
Just ask about the preparing your team when they went out for the overtime. They knew they were already up a touchdown and just had to defend, but no small task. What did you talk to them, and what did you see happen on the play that Jabari made the interception or made the breakup?
I got to be honest with you, whether it's overtime or regular time, it's got to be one play at a time. And the guys have just got to be able to recognize what the formations that they're given and understand their assignment, and then go make a play. And I thought our kids handled the situation really well. I felt like they didn't let the moment get the best of them. I felt like they just sort of gritted their teeth and hey, let's take care of business. And that's what they did, and we came away with a win because of it.
Coach, just ask you about Veterans Day for you at West Point and the team. Certainly, you're surrounded by veterans. What is it like for you to be there on Veterans Day?
It's a tremendous honor. Just being around the people here at West Point. It is something that it's hard to explain. Just getting up this morning and coming to work and being around everybody that makes this day special. It's something that I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Just the kind of people that I get to be around, and I have respect for, and the things that they do for this country, and it just makes this day so much, I guess, more focused for me, and understanding what what this school does for this country. And I appreciate the heck out of this opportunity.
Thanks, Coach.
Sure.
Hey, Coach. How's it going?
Good.
I was just wondering if how many players do you think could make a play like Andre Carter did, where his eyes might be in the backfield at the beginning of that trick play, and he's able to recover and make that tip for an interception?
Wasn't that awesome? I mean, just to be in the backfield and then to flip his hips and go make up that much ground and get a tip, get a hand on the throwback, and then to turn around and try to chase it down the field. Just tremendous job. Who can make that play? I don't know, but I'm glad we got one that did.
Yeah, just wanted to ask you about Chris Frey and his improvement this season and getting involved in the mix. When Ryan Duran can't go, he steps up into the starting lineup, and he seems like he's getting better as the year goes on. Chris has
improved tremendously from a year ago. I thought he had some potential last year, and he's just done a great job physically in the weight room, mentally in the weight room, and then stepping out onto the field and really stepping up and being a leader for us. Not only is he made plays, but he takes it upon himself to reach out to some of the younger guys and help teach them at times, and to sort of show them the way. And that's what an awful lot of our older guys do. and Chris is one that steps up and really, people listen to, and he's done a great job of stepping in and helping us win.
Any others, Coach?
Yes, can we talk about Bucknell this weekend? What do you expect from the Bucknell offense?
I think Bucknell, they're very well coached. I think that they do a good job of giving you a lot of different formations, maybe putting 4 receivers to a side or going to unbalanced formations to make it difficult for your secondary to understand the eligibles, who may be eligible, who's not. And they do it fast. They come out of the huddle to where you got to find the eligibles quickly before the ball is snapped at times. And then there's other times where they step back into that conventional offense and just run, whether it's a 2x2 or 3x1 formations, and you got to be able to execute there. So, it's business as usual for us. We gotta make sure that we understand our assignments on each particular play and just execute. There's some times where if they hit the stress point of the defense, they're going to get a few yards. But as long as we keep them out of the end zone, I'm good to go with that. And as long as our guys trust that we will stop them before they get beyond that goal line, then I'm happy with them. It's just making the mistakes to where guys try to do something that's not, their responsibility. Let each defensive player take care of his responsibility within the scheme of the defense, and we'll be fine.
Nate, at this time of the season, I asked players at this week. Obviously, it's tough. If you've played a lot of weeks, there's a lot of injuries and stuff along the way. But in a way, is it easier to coach players come November because you've had so much time together, and maybe now you can even expand what you have wanted to do all season?
I think we're a better defense right now than we were at the start of the season. And that's your goal as a coach. If each week they're getting better and they believe that they're getting better, then the end of the season is an awful lot of fun. And I think we've braced that that concept of getting better each week. And I'm not going to say that it's not a misstep here or there along the way, but right now we're a better defense than we were when we lined up and played against Georgia State the first game of the season. And we've played a lot of good football teams. I think there's a lot of teams that we've beaten this year that will be bowl eligible. And so from a scheduling standpoint, it was going to be tough. And yet, here we are, sitting with 5 wins and 3 losses. We would like to have those 3 losses back. Heck yeah, but it was a tough schedule, and the guys are getting better every week. And as long as you continue to get better and you're playing your best defense or playing your best ball at the end of the season, then good things happen.